Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Big shout out to our notification gang. Thank you so much for your continuous love and support. In today's video, as you can see, I am sitting on the infamous couch. We are going to do a Q&A, just a casual Q&A. A few people put through some questions and we're going to be answering them today. So we're just going to jump straight in. The first question that was asked, it's actually not a question, and they even said not a question. They said, not a question, but I'm glad you guys were wise enough to get solemnized. Imagine you'll still be waiting now. So for those of you who don't know, I am married. I got married last year, April, and it was a small intimate wedding. We got solemnized and blessed by our pastors. And we decided to do this instead of waiting to have our big wedding because COVID was just a mess and we didn't know what was going to happen. So yeah, 100% I agree with you. We would honestly still be waiting by now. So it's a great thing that we decided to do it, and I'm really happy that I ended up, agreeing to get solemnized, and I allowed myself to be led, and I put my head on the side there, decreased it a little bit, and said, all right, cool, let's get solemnized. So yeah, 100% I agree. And I noticed as well that there's a few people who followed suit because there's really nothing else you can do. Either you wait or you have something small and intimate, and then you plan for when COVID allows. Next question. Hi gal, what are your pros and cons of dyeing natural hair? So particularly for myself, I have never dyed my hair, nor do I intend to dye my hair, but I don't know too much about it because it's never fascinated me. However, my understanding is that when you do dye your hair chemically with chemicals and things like that, your curl pattern does loosen, or with bleach, it can completely disappear. So just make sure you have all the information and maybe go to a proper professional hair salon to get it done. So yeah. Someone said, nothing to ask, just wanted to say I love you and everything you've achieved this year. This is my colleague, my ex-work wife. Thanks, Jean, I appreciate it. Someone else asked, what is your take on listening to urban music, Zim dance, pop, Afro, rap? As a Christian, what music are you listening to? Personally, for myself, let me be honest, I don't really listen to music that much. I listen to, predominantly Christian rap, as well as Christian worship, but I do listen to some music other times. But to be honest, I have like 120 songs on my phone and I listen to those same songs like all the time. If I'm buying a new album, I'm buying my husband's music. So, at the moment I'm listening to his new album, Zerudo. So that's what I'm listening to. So I'm a biased listener. Next question. When will you be uploading a video on your channel? We miss you. This is Cynthia. Thanks, Miss Cynthia, for missing me. The video is here. It's out. Here it is now. Next question. Have you been to South Africa? No, I have not been to South Africa. Someone else asked, how do I relocate to Australia, please? I'm going to spend a bit of time on this question because I get asked it quite a few times. So let me explain the situation, because I know sometimes my response can sound a bit like I don't care, or but the reality is I actually don't know anything about relocating to Australia because I came here as a minor. So I came here as a dependent with my parents. I was 5. I did not fill any paperwork. My signature was my thumbprint because I could not write a signature. So I have no idea how to immigrate to Australia, how the schooling system works as an international student, nothing. So your best bet would actually be going online and searching up online. So that would give you more information, because you and I are in the same boat. We both don't know anything about it. Next question, anonymous please, will do. How did you manage to stay focused on God while single? It can be hard. Yes, it can be very hard, especially with all the distractions that are out there. My advice for you would be to make sure that you stay within a community, a Christian community. Youth groups are really, really good. I made sure that I attended youth. I was in the youth groups. I was active in the youth groups, as well as active in my church, as well as obviously school was enough of a distraction to me as well. And being around the right company. Be around the right company. I had friends that were Christian and were walking the same path that I was. So it was easy that when one of us was looking a little strange, majority of us would be like, hey, you good? What's going on? So make sure that you're in the right company. Make sure that you fill your life with the right things, so that you don't get distracted. Idle hands usually are the ones that lead you to the wrong path. So make sure that your hands are not idle. Make sure your hands are full, your plate is full, you have things to do, your schedules are full, so that you don't get distracted by stupid things. Next question. When do you intend to have kids, if you want to have them? This question I've been getting asked a lot. We'll have kids when the time is right. You'll know when they're there. You'll know when we have a child. You may not know exactly when I'm pregnant or this and that, but at some point we'll tell you when baby Katiyo Jr. is around. Next question. How has life been since getting married? Major changes. Life has been really good. It's fun being with your best friend, with your partner. Obviously marriage has its challenges. You're two different people who live two different houses now getting together and wanting to coexist. So sometimes you do butt heads over little things, like one person not closing the toothpaste cap, one person leaving something here, one person doing this, one person doing that, simply because you have a routine and now you have someone trying to fit into your routine. But otherwise, other than that, it's been really fun. It's been great. It's been a fun adventure. We've been married for I think 7 months now. So it's been a fun 7 months, an interesting 7 months, and I'm keen and excited to see what the rest of our lives has in store for us. Next, these two actually link together. So somebody said, sis, how do you avoid any sexual stuff during dating? And someone else said, how was the wait before marriage? Did you guys face sexual temptation, and how did you overcome? So, how did we avoid any, it's not we right now, it's me. How did I avoid any sexual stuff during dating? As I said in the previous question relating to keeping busy, I made sure that I kept busy, as well as I made sure that I had the right friends around me and I had accountability. It worked out well that my husband, my boyfriend at the time, Farai, was on the same path and he didn't want to have any sexual relations before marriage. It worked out very well. It was easy that way because we helped each other out. We agreed with each other, set boundaries, etc. I have a whole video on setting boundaries and how to date without, falling into that temptation. But as well as other things, like little things like, the type of movies that you watch and things like that. Don't open your mind up to certain things that are gonna lead into other things. You know, I never watched 50 Shades of Grey when that was that whole thing going on. You know, a lot of people watched it. I know a lot of my friends watched it and stuff, and you know, they'll talk about it and things like that. I decided, you know what, I don't think this is gonna help me in any way. Not gonna watch it, not gonna read the book, you know, not gonna engage myself in that. So just, you know, having your own boundaries is really, really important. If you set your own boundaries, no one can push them because your boundaries are set. If you have no boundaries, someone will form the boundaries for you. So make sure that you have your own boundaries and make sure that you are clear with what you want and your end goal. If you know that your end goal is you're not gonna have any sexual relations until marriage, then make sure you stand by that and you make sure that you do everything in your power to make sure that you can attain that goal. Yes, it can be hard. Let's not pretend like it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It is hard, and there are challenges, and even myself, I had challenges, and my boyfriend at the time had challenges. We all get challenges. We are human. The flesh is weak. But you can overcome. You can always overcome. So set your boundaries, and even if you have had sexual relations in the past, you can always decide from this point on, this is what I want to do. It's a decision that you make it. You can make it at any point in your life. It's up to you. You are the one who decides. So I hope I've answered that question correctly. Next question. Please, when are you gonna do a hair care routine video? I miss your hair. I will be doing more hair content once this bad boy is off my head. So stay tuned for that. There'll be a lot more hair content once these braids come off my head. Next question. What do you think makes a good career choice? Is it things like money or enjoying yourself, etc.? Personally, I think this one is always a tricky one, especially in African households. I think it's one of those things where you have to sort of re-evaluate yourself and see first what you love, and second, what are you good at? So I'll give the example that, you know, you could love skating and you want to be a professional skater, and you live, you know, in the Sahara Desert. There is no ice, there's nothing, but you love skating. You know, you've been doing it on rollerblades and things like that. However, you are a really great camel herder. There is no one that can herd camels like you can herd camels. When it comes down to the camels listening to you, there's no one they listen to except you. That's the fantastic thing about being in the era that we're in, that you have so much capacity to have different careers, different options available to you. You can be working full-time and, you know, be doing something else on the side, have a side business, photography business, decor business, cake business, all these other things on the side. And then once one of them picks up, you can take that. So, you know, that's how it usually is. You can use your passion, you can use your career to fund your passion until your passion grows to the point where it can be your career. If you base it off money, it can be a bit tricky, very, very tricky. Very, very tricky. I would recommend basing it off what you're good at as well as what you love. Let me give an example, because there's no point in me doing veterinary medicine, so working on animals, when I am afraid of all animals. I'm afraid of dogs, snakes, kangaroos, cows, everything. I'm afraid of it, but I heard it pays really well. You're gonna have to overcome your fear of animals before you overcome your, you know, learning everything, getting what you need to do to be a vet, all that stuff. and then you can make the money. After a while, making the money will, won't be the same as the joy that you get out of it. You want to enjoy something that you're going to do, because a career is a career. It's long. It's not a job. A job is like this, but a career is something that you're going to progress in within that field. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys have liked the questions. If you have any questions or comments or things you'd like to say down below, you can say it in the comments below, and you can like the video if you like the video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video anytime it's posted. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because that's where all the Q&As happen and things like that. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys so much. Bye.